Everybody's struggle, impact, important.
Okay, who are we going to talk about today?
Hey everybody, this is Dean FM, Dean Fraser Milford here for your creature. What? And today I wanted to do another reaction video. This one's going to be to exhibit shows African American woman that changed the education system. A lot of you like focusing on black topics, black woman related topics, in the name of making sure that I make a strong mark on this channel when it comes to the purpose of a lot of what I do, and the inspiration behind a lot of the political stuff I talk about is championing myself and the legacy of black women, honoring how I move forward on this channel specifically to black women and their influence. So let me get right into this.
It's Women's History Month, and the Museum Center is giving you a glimpse at some of the women who have helped shape the Queen City.
11 years
Today
ago,
we're focusing on
332
African American women who changed our education system.
Come on.
Here to tell us more about the museum's the exhibit is the museum's media relations Cody Hefner, as well as archivist and researcher Christine Engels. Thanks for coming back this morning, guys.
Thank you.
Tell us about the overall what the Museum Center is doing again for Women's History Month.
So the Daughters of the Queen City Gallery is a companion gallery to our Diana exhibit. And what it does is it highlights certain women in Cincinnati's history that have had a humanitarian and philanthropic impact on the history of Cincinnati and shaping the city that we now know today. And so we have picked items from our collections from these women to tell these stories. So these are not the only women in Cincinnati who've had an impact. These are just some that we pulled out of our collections to tell this story, to give
everybody's struggle, impact, important.
Okay, who are we going to talk about today?
Today we're talking about Jenny Porter and Virginia Coffey. They were both heavily involved in improving the quality of education for African American children in Cincinnati. They both went about it in slightly different ways. Jenny Porter was born in 1876, so very early on. She recognized that the city did not have good schools for African American children. She wanted to do something about it, and she eventually formed what became Harriet Beecher Stowe's School, which was a very large, many people went through it, like Theodore Berry, who became the first African American principal in the city. And also the other woman I'd like to talk about, Virginia Coffey, taught there later in the 1920s.
Director of West End, served at Cincinnati Human Relations Commission.
Jenny Porter was much more of an idea of segregating schools, so the school was only an African American school. She thought that way they would be safe from the prejudice and scorn of other students, so they could thrive. Virginia Coffey had a different idea. She was raised integrated, and she thought that that wasn't the way to go. So she taught at the school for a little bit, and she was so appalled by the segregation. She thought that was the wrong way to go. So she quit teaching and was urged by Theodore Berry to join the NAACP, and she did much more than that. She became the executive director of the West End YWCA. She started the first African American Girl Scout troop in the city. She was involved with multitude of groups. I couldn't even name them all, because she was involved with just about anything with equality. She was involved with the integration of the city's pools, integration of Coney Island in the 50s and 60s.
I think that stuff's not important.
So she was a part of everything.
I think that this really get me heated, especially when it comes to the trans bathroom debate. Oh, why do they have to worry about the bathroom? Do you not understand, like, principle? People seem to be settling for, like, oh, just give them a third bathroom. No, that's not how trans people are not going to stop fighting until they're able to be integrated. I'm not going to stop fighting with them. I know I'm not necessarily trans as of yet, but I'm with the trans community. I'm going to fight very viciously. These things were important. Segregation did not need to happen. I think integration in the day, this was a beautiful, beautiful video, and appreciate black women, appreciate the impact, appreciate the influence, and appreciate the legacy of the sisters before us. You have a nice day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.